Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a magnificent grant from Patrick Rene Groenvold. Thank you, sir. Hi there guys, welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It's Friday, September 1st, 2017, and we have a lot of shit to sort through. It has been a week of massive donations. X-ray transformers. X-ray transformers. There are a lot of people in the high voltage world that want to tinker with stuff like particularly high voltages. Like most of these put out like 50 kilovolts or so. If you need an X-ray transformer, let me know. I'm going to make you demonstrate competency. I will not sell you an X-ray transformer if you're a 14-year-old kid who's like, oh, it's not set the house on fire. No, I'm not going to do that. But it's really hard if you're a high school or a college kid that wants to play with this kind of stuff to get it, because most places won't sell it to you because of the liability. But we're the Geek Group. This is what we do. I want to help people explore science. So we have X-ray transformers. If you need a 50 kilovolt power supply because you want to play with lifters or Tesla coils, these kind of suck for Tesla coils, but whatever, lifters are awesome for lifters. And maybe you want to build a fuser that's making fast neutron emission at 50 kilovolts. But yeah, just whatever you want, let me know, and we'll sell them. And they're not going to be expensive. They're going to be like a couple $100 a piece, give or take. But all this, not the boat's mine, all this came in the past, I don't know, 24 hours, and we're just sorting through a giant pile of awesomeness. If you need a mammogram machine, you just let me know. It's all X-ray related stuff, so there's a lot of high voltage, there's a lot of power control circuitry. The real prize so far that I found, and we're not selling this, this is for internal use, is I got a box right here. And this is where I could really use the help of the internet. Okay? If you guys want to help the high voltage lab here, I could really use your help, because this is going to make me nuts. Here's the label on it. It's from Raytheon Medical Systems. Model number is RME-050-R. Component type is F. Serial number is 1-04-87-150. Manufactured April 1987. And now get ready, because here's the money shot. Volts, 480. Hertz, 60. Amps, 135. Now this is not an X-ray transformer. This is power control. Now look in here. Now XRTs, X-ray transformers, are not current limited. So you look in here, and this isn't an X-ray transformer. This is a power control cabinet. But you can see we've got 3 windings, so it's a 3-phase transformer, which would make sense because it told us 480. And see all these little taps? This is inductive current limiting. Now what I need to know is how the hell do I hook this up so that we can have adjustable inductive current limiting. So we've got an inductance meter, so I can meter it out. And this is where I'm right at the edge of my knowledge. I know basics of how to do it, but I don't know enough to be comfortable with it, and there's a lot of, like, I know how this part works, but there's a hell of a lot of support circuitry in here, some of which I probably want, some of which is absolute shit that I don't need. And sorting out what we want to keep versus what we don't is really, really hard in this box. And if you want to help on this, if you have some experience with this, I could really use your help, because this is, I know how this part works. It's all the other shit hooked to it that, like, I could take that part out and be like, oh, that's a resistor. I know what that is. I'm smart. I read a book. Like, I could pick something up and be like, hey, look, that's a transformer. I can walk over here at Mountains of Jelly Bean Components and just pick up random things like this and be like, oh, hey, look, it's those. All right, well, what are these? Well, they're orange and they look like capacitors. Are they capacitors? What's it say? It says 4.7 microfarads, 10%, 100 volt, MKT. So I know that's a capacitor, okay? And I know what a capacitor is and how it works and all that jazz. It's when you start putting all that shit together in a 500-pound box that's packed tighter than a nun's nasty with all kinds of medical grade shit that I don't begin to understand. Like I can look at the board and tell you, well, that's an IC and that's a cap and that's a lytic cap and and that's, you know, that's a resistor and that's an LED, and I can do that. It's when you put it all together, like, what is that? Fucking no idea. It's a circuit board with lots of shit on it that I don't understand. But so I could use some help. Because what I want to do, really, and here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I want to do. I'll break it down for you so that you can understand. Because what I want, I'm not asking anything difficult. I'm not asking anything unreasonable. It's pretty simple. What I want to do is, and I may have to have 3 knobs to do this, and I understand. On all of these boxes, okay, there is, you got 2 big damn knobs, okay, right here. Boom. Big ka-chunka knobs, right? And you look inside, that's a big ka-chunka switch. And these big switches tend to go down to an inductive current limiter. They gutted the one out of there. Let's find an inductive current limiter. Oh, I had a good example of one. See, and they've all got it, because XRTs aren't current limited. So they've got to have some manner of current limiting. Otherwise, you're just going to hit full bore and trip the breaker in 10 seconds. But I had in here yesterday, if I can find it, because it was a really good example of, yes, this is what I want and what I want to do. If I could figure out where the hell he put it. But they've all got big ka-chunka switches, and those switches go to a multi-tap inductor like this one. Okay, so we've got our big ka-chunka switch right there. You can see it. Okay, big switch. And that big switch has a lot of wires that all go to various taps on a big inductor. So that tells me this is a multi-tap inductor, and it's being used as current limiting for variable current limiting. So I have a whole setup right here, and I'm gonna start with this one because it's pretty simple. But this is where I need your help. I need to figure out how much of this can I cut away that I don't need to have just current limiting. Now this one, single winding, single phase, so it's probably 240 volts, and the wire size here is about 10 gauge, so I'm probably limited to 30 amps, but 30 amps at 240 is fine. I can do a lot with that. I just need to be able to make it chooch, and I could use some help. So if you can help out on this, I need information. What do you got? It's a switch.
It's a switch between 230 and 120.
Yeah, you put a screwdriver in it.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of them. I've never really had a need for it. It's kind of cool.
I still don't really have a need for it, but it's neat that we have it.
There's a whole drawer full of them.
We got hot air tools.
No, we don't.
Gonna be hot air too.
Blue bulb. Blue bulb. Bullshit.
You got heat standing wave ratio.
Heat sink.
It's not. Oh, SINK. It's not W. It looks like SWR. Look at that.
Heat swink.
No, SWR, standing wave ratio.
Right.
But that's heat sink. There's one off like a 486.
We have crystals and LEDs.
These are useful. 14.7456. Somebody's going to comment now, and it's going to be Sparky. He's going to be like, oh, that's the carrier frequency used for red, and he'll just know it because he's Sparky and he's cool like that. This is 16.000. I'm guessing at 16 megahertz. Probably. Switches.
Switches to days.
Fuse holder. Oh, there's good shit in here. We got some resistors all pre-bent.
It's futile.
And then crystals, and I don't know what these are. These look like fuses. Looks like a fuse to me. Is that a fuse? Looks like a fuse.
Yeah, yep. There's a fuse. 125 volt. 3 amp.
Cute.
That took some focusing.
So we got all kinds of fun. We'll be exploring through this stuff. Have you got a roof on that damn thing yet?
Fascia boards.
Yeah? Okay. You need a roof. Got down to 46 degrees last night.
Don't working on it.
Okay, the cat needs you to have a roof because he enjoys camping out in your house. A cat. Hey, you know what happens? You build your tiny house at the Geek Group, you get a free cat. We will hook you up. Every tiny house needs a cat. I hate that fucking cat.
I just hate the smell. Yeah.
I want a lot of these. This is cool as hell. It's from Molex. It's a little wall card, and it's all like it's the actual parts, just heat shrink down. This is cool as hell and an amazing teaching tool, and I want this for every plug that they sell. I just want to cover the walls in these. This is so neat.
They probably don't sell those plugs anymore.
So we got fun.
Transformer?
We'll be back. What do you got? What size? What are they rated?
I think they're just because they just have an
120 in,
input.
240 out. Let's see what we got here. We got. Okay. We got 4 wires out.
Input is 120 or 240, but it doesn't say the output. Which that might be how you can switch between your.
This might be a custom dingus.
Yeah, because it's got their company name on it.
Well, it's got. Alright, what you got here. You got 4 wires out. So there's 2 windings on the output side. You got 4 wires in. And it tells you connect, like if you got 120, connect white, blue, and black, brown.
That's it, because you got American and you got.
No, what this is there's 2 windings here. Watch, here, take it, I'll show you. So if you want 240 in, you connect white and brown together. Okay, so you take your white and brown, and you connect black and blue, just connect those together, and then put 240 across this, and you get the expected output voltage. If you got 120 in, your line is white and brown, which it still is again, and then you connect white and blue together, and black and brown together. So what this tells you is there's 2 input windings and probably 2 output windings. Okay. But your 2 input windings, the difference between these 2 connections is one is having them in series and one is having them in parallel.
But this would be the thing that goes from that switch we were just looking at, 120. So
yeah, exactly. And that's where you'd select your line voltage. But for this, I don't know if I think you'd need more than just a single switch like that to do this, right? But yeah, this is series or parallel the windings to pick the voltage. So on this side of the core, you'll have 2 windings, and they'll be even, and it'll be one, then the other, and you're either connecting them like this or like this. And the trade-off is when you got them in parallel like that, you double the amperage. You connect them in series, and yeah. So it's a thing. Now the output of this, I don't know. It's very possible this is like 12 and 24 or something like that. Or it could be this is your full voltage, and these 2 are a center tap. But it's easy to meter it out. Or you could just look up the part number and they'll have a schematic on the internet, usually. Probably not for this. It's antique. Probably a... Well, it isn't it's antique, it's probably that's a specific thing made just for... No, this is from the Foster Transformer Company, and it's got a model, so you could probably look this up. So there, the blog question for the day. What's the output voltage on this transformer? First person to answer wins a prize from the gift shop. Make sure to comment, let me know. What do you got?
A plug.
It's a what?
There's something.
Let me see it.
Connection for.
No, it's not a plug.
No, that's what I was like. Wait a minute, this isn't.
No, you know what that is?
It's some sort of sensor.
That's an e-cig.
Oh,
a big coil on there. That's totally for an e-cig.
Yeah, like stuff your.
It's a big ass bayonet thing there. But yeah, it's probably for a thermocouple or something like that. It is. This is the thermocouple.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wow, that's.
Yeah. That's thermocouple.
Yeah.
Give me that. Do we have a bunch of those or just the one?
Oh, we got another one here, without the modification.
Conax.
No, there's another one.
Oh, those are cool. Hello, solenoid. That looks like fun.
We can make a printer. You want to make a printer? We can make custom printers.
Who is he asking for?
You.
Me? Go for Captain.
A very high dollar amount Bitcoin
Okay, on my way. Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a magnificent grant from Patrick Rene Groenvold. Thank you, sir.